Today we're going to walk through how to create a quarter 2, 3, or 4 math intervention report. To start off, we go up to the student profile tab at the top and select your student, and you come down to forms. When you click into forms, you can see any forms that have already been created for this student. And to add a new form, just come to new form at the top and click the form type to bring up all templates that are available. For math intervention reports for quarters 2, 3, or 4, we'll use the math intervention report template. And you want to name it with the student's name included, the subject, and then the quarter. The private option is so that yourself and whomever you've shared that document with will be able to see it, but nobody else who has access to that student will be able to see it. I'm going to leave it blank right now, but just to keep that in mind. Click Create, and now you'll see that this template header has shown up with the form that we just created. Double click on it to open it. You can see the student's name, school, and grade have already populated, but we still have to put in the quarter, school year, and teacher by hand. The attendance will need to be pulled from the fidelity reports that are found within the intervention module. This is the attendance that the student was present versus the total number possible that they could be within the intervention. This next section is actually really neat because it's actually going to pull all the intervention data so you don't have to enter it by hand. Just come up to the linking button at the top to the drop down and you just go to intervention. When you select it, it's going to open up another window that lists all the groups that the student has been in. You can expand the window and then expand the column to see the full title because some of them can get kind of lengthy. And then just click on the group that you want and click link. So now that when you go to print it, let's see how it looks. You will see that the start date, the tier, and the strategy are listed right away. There's a description of the strategy as it's entered within EduClimber. And then it goes on to say that it's scheduled to end on this date and it occurs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it even lists the interventionist's name. The other skills we'll have to mark yet, so let's get back in here. When you click on elementary, all those skills will be populated. If you click on middle school, all the middle school's skills will be populated. And you just go in and you click in whichever ones you need. New for quarters 2, 3, and 4 will be the progress level. Is the student making accelerated progress? Are we making adequate progress? Or are we making slow to little progress? We will type in our strengths that we experienced this quarter, as well as any areas to improve as we move forward. You can now use autofill for your interventionist name. We were having issues last year and part of quarter 1 where the autofill was changing the student's name. So go ahead and click your name and have it populate your number and your email. But of course, double check to make sure that it didn't change anything else. Things may change, but as of right now, it is fixed. Once everything is filled out to your liking, go ahead and come back up to the upper right on this form, and you're going to share it with your principal. You just click new and then type in their name and click share. The person that you shared it with will receive an email automatically and they'll be able to come in and see it within their forms. From here, you can come over to tools and set the status to complete. When you do this, you'll want to make sure that everything is done before you click complete because now anybody that goes in to view it will only see it as a PDF. You'll have to change it from complete to in progress or something different in order to make any changes. So that is a good note to keep in mind. These documents are greater than 1 page long. I tried as hard as I could to make it as short as possible. But keeping that in mind, if you do still like to use batch printing, the batch printing automatically sets to the printer's default, so meaning it'll only be one page at a time. It won't print back to back. So you'll want to print these right away after you have completed them. So we'll go back out here. And you'll be able to see these forms that you've created right in the My Forms tab. There's this Shared With Me tab, so anybody who shares a form with you, this is where the principals will go if they wanted to see forms that are shared with them. So they can go in there. You can create new folders for each quarter, each year, just kind of like how you do in Google or on your computer itself. You can organize them. And if you have any questions, of course, you can email educlimber@fortschools.org.